Welcome to Connie's in the Mix, Your Health and Your Money. My name is Connie Gyura. I'm an economist. I'm a former banker from Commerzbank Frankfurt, and I'm also an IFBB fitness European and world champion. So that's why I like to talk in my show about health and money. It's sometimes very close together. You will not even believe that. Let me start with what I read in the Wall Street Journal. I read the Wall Street Journal a lot. That's like a kind of Bible, even though it's Republican, and I'm not really Republican, but still there's a lot of neutral topics where I agree with them, and that's where I take a lot of information from. There was an article in July 5, 2016, so that's not that long ago. It was alternative weight loss options, and they are talking about something new. It's a little bit longer time on the European market, and it just was introduced through the FDA here on the American market. They put a balloon which inflates in the stomach and leave less room for food. Now the new thing is, it's not a surgery. That's important. It's not a surgery. It's getting inserted through the throat with an endoscope, so it's much easier on the body than these other surgeries what they offer here, and probably it's also much cheaper. Now the whole article is about that, and that the average weight loss is 31% of the body weight in the first year. That's huge. That's unbelievable. And again, the risk to do that balloon thing is much less than the gastric bypass surgery. Also, they are talking about a lady from Sweden. She top here. She lost in the first year 150 pounds, and her name is Lotta Bosniak from Sweden, and she is like a new life came to her when she did that. And 150 pounds less is, she said, she feels like a newborn person again, and she's so thankful. Maybe if you are obese, and I'm not talking about 10 pounds more, because sometimes thinner people get obsessed with weight loss too. I mean obese, like BMI over 32, 33. You should maybe look into that. And I really like that article. So Wall Street Journal, July 5th, alternative weight loss options. Take a look into that and think about if that would be an alternative for you to lose weight. Also, coming into that weight loss option, I'm hearing sometimes people where the endocrinologists put you on the Atkins diet. You know, Atkins diet is no carbs. I'm personally not a big fan of that, because carbs are needed from the body as a part of protein, fat, and carbs to balance the body. Now, when you are overeating on carbs, that's when you lose really heavy weight. But without any carbs, that will mean that when you go on this diet, you will crave in an unbelievable way carbs, because the body wants it, it needs it. So again, I'm not a huge fan of carb-free. I like long-chain carbs to eat. I have whole grain bread, for example, every day, or one piece of whole grain bread. That's carbs too. And I love to eat a little portion of rice or one potato for lunch. And these are all long-chain carbs, and they make me full. And I'm not hungry anymore for 3-4 hours. And because I'm exercising 45 minutes, 4 to 5 times a week, I really don't gain any weight. And I'm not telling you to eat 5 potatoes, like what sometimes I see when I go to a buffet, and I see that people are having 2 plates, which the plate size is like the double of the European size, and it's completely loaded. And I was counting that the one obese person went there 3 times. Just imagine that poor buffet. They are throwing up every time when somebody obese is coming in, because they know they will never make any money on that day, because that person eats so much. So you cannot eat that much. You cannot eat that much. That's why people are obese, because they have no portion control. Now, be very careful with that carb thing. I'm against it. And there's one client of mine who is on this Atkins diet, who lost 120 pounds on the Atkins diet, but now she is already very thin. She is very, very thin. You can really see the bones. And I told her to stop doing that Atkins diet, she needs a little bit carb. And because she's craving, and she, since 2012, she didn't eat any carbs. She loves ice cream. Since 2012, she didn't eat ice cream. This is amazing. It's just amazing. I could never do that. I could never do that. She is over 60, and personally for me, it would not be worth it to be that thin and completely live without my ice cream in her case. So she is eating instead sweeteners. Now, I don't think that the sweetener is a good idea to eat instead of carbs, because a lot of sweeteners are full of chemicals, and you just give you the sweet taste, but it doesn't tell the body that now sweet is coming, carbs are coming. So the whole process of the insulin production, all that, gets completely screwed up because there's no sweet coming. So why interfere in the body? The body is normally a perfect system, and it balances itself. So why not? Why she already lost all that weight? Why not go back to a healthy diet? She is now, let me think, 3 months with me as her personal trainer, and I'm working hard on it, and I'm working with her endocrinologist to convince her now, after losing all these pounds, 120 altogether, to go back to a healthy diet. But you have no idea how hard I'm working here to show people that there are normal ways to eat, and she is allowed to eat once a week a little ice cream. There's no problem with that. So also I found again in the Wall Street Journal about food labeling. What's for me personally very disturbing was in the Wall Street Journal, let me see, when was that, in July 9, how food labels leave a bad taste. And that's very interesting. And I'm sorry, I have to put my glasses on, and if you turn 45, you will see your eyes are just not the same anymore. So just to read from the Wall Street Journal, I will put my glasses on, even though I know it's not really sexy, but you know what? That's aging, and I'm not going to surgery for my eyes. I love my eyes. I'm not going to surgery. So it is organic, natural, fat-free, whole grain. When it comes to labels, be wary of what you read. And that's really disturbing. Let's say here, this is the Jo Craven McGinty. She is the writer of this article, and it's on the second page of the Wall Street Journal. That means it's relatively important. She talks about what does the word whole grain means. Whole grain. Unless the label on a loaf of bread, box of crackers, or other cereal product explicitly says 100% whole grain or 100% whole wheat, it probably isn't. Did you know that? I did not. The term made with hasn't been formally defined by the FDA, according to Felicia Billingsley of the Office of Nutrition and Food Labeling, and items that say they are made with whole grains or whole wheat may contain a substantial amount of refined flour. So it doesn't say anything. It's like horrible. So your best guide is the ingredients list, and that you should look for. And there is the list where you can, what means free range. It doesn't mean that it's a perfectly happy poultry. You have to really read into that, what that all means. But for me, because that's the biggest deal, organic. What does organic mean? And when is organic really organic? Organic, only labels that say 100% organic are sure to indicate products that are made exclusively of organic ingredients. When the label simply says the contents are organic, at least 95% of the ingredients, excluding salt and water, must fit that description. And if it says the food is made with organic ingredients, at least 70% of the ingredients, excluding salt and water, must be organic. So it is a game of words, and you have to get used to that, to read the labels, how to read the labels. Otherwise, you have no idea what you are putting into your mouth. And the most important, right now, the most important thing is organic and not organic. And you look for 100% organic products. That's the only way to go. Okay, another topic I found in the Harvard Health Letter. Yes, I'm reading Harvard Health Letter too, comes monthly, about Botox. If you know that Botox is a poison, it's not only to get rid of wrinkles, it is a poison from a bacterium. So poison doesn't sound good. So normally you don't use that word a lot, especially plastic surgeons don't like to push that word poison, but this is all what it is. And it's not only helping against wrinkles because it is relaxing the muscles, it is also helping against migraines. It is FDA approved against migraines. That's relatively new, I see here in the Harvard letter. And the Harvard letter is from July 2016, so this month. But I have something else for you. And I'm not getting paid. Let me just go over here and I show you what I am using. I'm having sometimes heavy migraines, and I found out that when I get migraines, you know what helps? I'll show you. This is Celsius. It's a powder, and it has taurine in it. This is how it looks like. And because I am very short, I am relatively short, I use just a third of it. And this taurine in this little, how do you say that in English? These little packages gets your blood flow going, gets your metabolism up, and it widens the veins in your brain. In that moment, your migraine is gone. So when I have migraines and I take a third of this, after 8 to 10 minutes, my migraines are completely gone. You can buy that at, I bought it in a vitamin shop, and there is 12 in one package. But before you buy a lot, it's a good idea to try one. It's 99 cents and it's not poison. And normally they sell it for pre-exercise power. So before you go work out, you should drink one. Okay, if I drink one before I work out, I'm not sleeping the whole night. That's how strong it is for my body. So try it. Try it when you have migraines. You will get unbelievable results. Where's my camera? Here it is. So Celsius Flow Fusion. You should try that. And I promise you, it's much healthier than Botox. I'm not sure if it's helping against wrinkles, but you know what? You never know. FDA or the Botox producers didn't know that Botox would be against wrinkle either. By accident, it worked against wrinkles too. So you never know what's coming with Celsius. Reboot your health and fitness today. Today is the day to try maybe Celsius against your migraines and think about weight loss with the options what I showed you. See you next Friday.